है बादा मस्त बादा आशा में अहमदियत चलता है दौर मीना ओ जाम अहमदियत.
Jazakallah everyone for joining again. Really appreciate it. I know like Fridays, it's a difficult time to take time out. You know, we want to spend time with our family, especially the ones with children. I myself, I sometimes think, why did I start this? Like, I could have been free sitting down watching TV with my kids, but you know, I always say to everyone, this is definitely the highlight of my week. Getting to talk to all of you and getting to know you further and furthering my relationship with all of you, because you know, there's nothing better than being with your brothers and getting to know them. Even though we can't see each other physically, but we do have this opportunity now. You know, the doors have opened to meet each other virtually. And beloved Azur did say today, and I'm sure we'll hear it in the Friday sermon summary as well, about you know how the oppositions are trying to close so many doors on us. But the more doors they close, the more doors Allah opens as well, and you'll see how much the Jamaat will continue to grow. And that was on top of the topic of MTA Ghana being a 24-hour channel now, which is a huge milestone in Africa. But more of that later. Inshallah, today we're going to have a few segments. One of them is the Friday sermon, as I said, a summary from that. We also have Khuddam news, bringing back the Khuddam news, getting to know the news around the world, what's happening, and also within the Jamaat. And also we have Zaryab as well doing his Kahoot. We are starting, not this week, but next week. We did try to do it this week, but the person who was going to do it just had to pull out last second. We're starting the Haqiqatul Wahi, the second part of that. And this is a book which is approved by beloved Huzur. So last year was, I think, the first half, which was page 1 to about 180. So this year is the next part of the book. So inshallah, we're planning within 6 weeks to cover the whole, you know, syllabus which Huzur has approved for the whole year. So we'll get a good insight to that book as well, which will help all of you guys, I'm sure, especially with the Talim tests that go around that we have to sometimes read and try to find the answers to. But inshallah, we'll get to that next week. But firstly, can I bring forward, I think Qasim is going to do, Zishan is Qasim, right? Doing the Friday sermon today.
Ji sir, ko is Qasim.
Ji. Assalamualaikum Qasim.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Welcome to Khuddam Night. Pleasure to have you on. Qasim, just introduce yourself quickly before you start as well.
Yeah, my name is Qasim Ahmed. I'm a uni student studying biomedical science, University of Birmingham. I'm also the head of Ishaat and Press and Media in my Jamaat.
And which Jamaat is that?
I'm from Birmingham West.
Birmingham West, Zindabad. MashaAllah. Ji. Qasim, let's hear what beloved Huzur said today in his Friday sermon, please.
Islam. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Today, Hazur presented the Friday sermon. Here are some notes from the Friday sermon which were made. He talked a lot about Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, and I'll narrate one of the incident in which his son Hazrat Hussain Raziyallahu ta'ala asked his father Hazrat Ali Raziyallahu ta'ala whether he loved him, to which Hazrat Ali Raziyallahu ta'ala replied that he did. Then Hazrat Hussain Raziyallahu ta'ala asked whether Hazrat Ali Raziyallahu ta'ala loved Allah, to which he replied he did. Then Hazrat Hussain Raziyallahu ta'ala questions that wouldn't this be considered shirk if you love two persons at the same time? Hazrat Ali Raziyallahu ta'ala then replied to that this is not shirk, and between his love for his son and love for God, he would abandon his love for his son and he would choose the love of God. Another incident he narrates is when in a lighthearted incident, the Holy Prophet ﷺ and his companion were sitting on feast, and while eating dates, they kept leaving the seat beside Hazrat Ali Raziyallahu anhu, and until all the seats were left by him. So they jokingly told Hazrat Ali Azatala that you have eaten all of the dates. And now Hazrat Ali Azatala, who knew that they were joking, also replied humorously that while I've relieved all the dates, everyone else has eaten the seeds as well. To which the companions got a little angry at it for this. Another another note is that Muslims have been commanded in the Holy Quran to give sadaqah chanda before consulting with the Holy Prophet ﷺ in any matter. After this commandment was revealed, Hazrat Ali came and did so. Later, someone else asked what he consulted about, and Hazrat Raziallah Ta'ala anhu replied that it was nothing important. However, I wish to follow this commandment of the Holy Quran. Another incident is that once the Holy Prophet ﷺ demanded chanda from the companions. So Hazrat Ali at that time didn't have nothing to offer, so he went outside and cut some grass and sold it and then contributed to chanda. Another incident is that Holy Prophet ﷺ advised Hazrat Ali, even if one person was to believe as a result of your tabligh, it will be better for you than if you had a valley full of sheep and you became pleased to see them. Another incident Hazur mentioned is that once Holy Prophet ﷺ said, whoever loves Ali loves me, and whoever loves me loves Allah, and whoever carries enmity against Ali opposes me, and whoever opposes me opposes Allah. Now, a little more, another incident is that Holy Prophet ﷺ declared that Hazrat Ali Raziatullah to be like Prophet Hazrat Isa ﷺ. Narrating this incident, Hazrat Ali Raziatullah addressed the people saying, remember, two kinds of people will be destroyed. Those who exaggerate my status and give me a station which does not belong to me, and those who hold severe enmity against me. Hazrat Muslim narrates a vision of Prophet Messiah Islam, wherein the Prophet Messiah Islam said that he saw in a vision as if he was Hazrat Ali. He saw a group of Kharijites, which are extremists, who wished to halt my Khilafat. I saw the Holy Prophet was with me and in this instance and said, O Ali, leave them and their helpers and turn away from them. The Prophet Messiah also once stated, I know this well, but no person can be a believer or a Muslim unless he follows the way of Abu Bakr, Umar, Usman, and Ali. They do not love this world, rather, they had devoted their lives on the way of God. And finally, to end the Friday sermon, he announced the commencement of a new TV channel called MTA Ghana. And it will stream, and he told about that it's going to stream majority of Ghana programs in it, and it'll be you can access via satellite all around the country. And also he has urged prayers for MD prisoners in Algeria and Pakistan. Jazakallah.
Brilliant, Jazakumullah Khas. That's a great roundup to the Friday sermon. And whenever you're watching it, we sometimes miss some points. So it's really good that we have some people just making points from themselves and presenting it. And just to for everyone's knowledge now, guys, we are expanding the team on the Friday sermon a little bit. So we have some people writing it, other people distributing it, and we're going to have new faces every week presenting the Friday sermon, because it's good. I always say I feel the people are luckiest who are the people who are involved in writing and presenting the Friday sermons, because they benefit the most. And I've seen that myself. Whenever I have the opportunity to present anything, I remember it more than when I listen to it. So it's going to be good for you guys as well. If anyone has the opportunity to do it, it'll be embedded in your mind better, and you'll always be able to go back to it. Just a few points upon that. Of course, beloved Azur is continuously mentioned about Hazrat Ali Razillahu anhu. And you heard the quote at the end by Hazrat Masih Maud, no believer is a believer unless he follows the ways of Hazrat Ali, Hazrat Abu Bakr, Umar, Usman, Hazrat Ali. This is why beloved Azur is continuously mentioning about the companions, so that we can also emulate them in their character. And all of these little tarbiyat points is basically what Azur is trying to get to, is we should embed them into ourselves and adopt them. to the best of our abilities. And I really love how Azur started, with the joke. This is how he kicked off today's Friday sermon. It was really nice to listen to, and nice to hear that companions, they like to laugh and joke amongst each other, even though they were in a time of war and time of fierce opposition. And you see these dramas on TV and stuff, and you see how these warriors have lived, and it's quite similar in some instances where they go out, they go to war, they fight, but at the same time when they're together, they're laughing and joking around. So it's nice to hear that side of it as well. Just want to quickly go to क्या नाम है? Ghaffar Saab किधर हो? Yeah, man. Are you able to put yourself on mute? Sabur. One of the guilty ones who puts Khuddam on and goes away. Well, Sabur, if you do get the chance, I'll go back to him because I really want to talk to him about MTA Ghana, because as you know, Sabur is from Ghana himself, and I've also had the opportunity to work in MTA Ghana, MTA Africa as well. So I was working when it was inaugurated, and it was a really big thing for the Ghanaians especially. And Azur basically said that our studio there is so advanced, probably one of the most advanced studios in the whole of Ghana. And people from other stations, they come to Ghana and they get trained there because of the high tech equipment that they have. So alhamdulillah, it's great to hear that finally. I think Mubarak, you sent a picture, didn't you, to everyone? I didn't actually get to see it, but it was really nice to have Huzur connecting with them, inaugurating that as well. So alhamdulillah, is a historic day in terms of the Jamaat progressing in a time where I said at the beginning, the opposition are trying to close doors on our progress, but with this, you will see inshallah how Islam will spread far and wide, inshallah. Jazakumullah Qasim and Kashif Zishan as well for that. We'll go to the next segment now, and Khuddam News, and we'll go to our new anchor for today, Daniel Qureshi. So Daniel, could we have today's roundup of Khuddam News, please? Jazakumullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Daniel, are you going to share from your side?
Yes, I am. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Can you see the screen or Microsoft?
Yes, we can.
So last week, as we all know, the US Capitol was attacked by a pro-Trump mob. The development is that now more than 70 people have been charged, and hundreds more are expected to face arrest and prosecution. Some of them were also off-duty police officers who took part in the attack. Hundreds of troops have been deployed to the Capitol. 10,000 members of National Guard will be in Washington by tomorrow. The number could be more than doubled before Joe Biden's inauguration next week. There was also a second attempt to impeach Trump, which passed in the parliament, or whatever they call it. 10 members of Trump's party, the Republican, voted in favor of the impeachment resolution. There was an Indonesian passenger aircraft, Boeing 737, that crashed into the Java Sea on Saturday. It killed all 62 people on board. A black box has been found. Search resumes for wreckage and victims. So we were going to watch This Week with Azur, but unfortunately it's not out yet. I think it's going to be out in the next maybe half an hour or so.
Gotcha.
So
Maybe
that's-
did you get to see last week's one, Daniel?
I don't remember. Shall I put it on?
Yeah. If you can quickly put it on for now. Well, I'll just keep you guys busy for now because I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask actually Mohsin.
Yes, Murabbi sir.
I just wanted to get your insight as well. What's your views on everything that's going on in America right now with the Capitol Hill and with Trump as well? I know your
What a question. How long have you got, Murabbi sir?
Daniel, we'll go to this in a second, Daniel.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's just thuggery, isn't it? It's Trump has shown his true colours, and it's thuggery. He's shown his thuggery, and he's got support of the thuggish people who are causing this civil unrest. It's difficult to say.
What do you think about people going into the Capitol Hill and invading it? You can say.
No.
I think
you would never have thought that would happen in the USA, but
Yeah.
anything's possible, isn't it?
Yeah. I think one of the head of the security said that this only happened twice in the history of America where this happened, and the last one was in the 1800s, I think. And now this is the second time, so it shows the level that
I don't know whether these people are the blind followers of Trump or they're just you lose an election and you lose an election. It's a democracy, and well, what can I say?
A great example of a sore loser. This is how it is, and Blood Azur, as we said, it's crazy how the words come back to haunt people.
Yes,
as Azur said, went to the Capitol Hill. And
I was reading the diary entry from Abid Khan Sahab during the week, and obviously those comments that Hazur made to him, and he put in his diary about the civil unrest and things. It's it's very almost surreal and unbelievable that Hazur's already made the comments about civil unrest and rioting, and we see it in front of our eyes.
Yeah, just the fact that Hazur did use the words civil war, and they were so shocked that did you say civil war? And Hazur said yes, the civil war. If the people don't follow the way with justice, then this is where we're going to go to. And for many people there, that's what they're saying now. They feel like they are in a sort of civil war with everything going on now. So yeah, this is why Hazur is in a pivotal role right now, and he's reaching out to all the world leaders to try and bring them back to justice, but at the same time bring them back to God. And with the letters that he wrote, Hazur said that all of these people that replied to me, none of them replied by catching on to the point of turning back to Allah. And this was like the craziest thing, and this is what the situation of the world is right now. So everyone, let's please pray for the world leaders that we move into a situation where it's better and not worse. Jazakallah, Mohsin. Going back to Daniel, let's have just a few minutes of this week with Hazur, please. Jazakallah.
There's no sound, Daniel.
Sorry? Can you all hear?
When you share your screen, there's a little tick box that says include computer audio. So unshare it and share it again with that box ticked, and then we'll be able to hear it.
1 sec. Okay, yeah.
I think it's lagging a bit as well.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
वालेकुम सलाम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
ताहिर हाल में बैठे हो?
जी हजूर।
अच्छा, तकरीबन 8-9-10 महीने बाद ताहिर हाल की शक्ल, साल बाद ही ताहिर हाल की शक्ल देखी है।
Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper, held a virtual online meeting with the UK Lajna Imaila National Amla on Saturday. Beloved Huzur presided the meeting from his office in Islamabad, UK, while the Amla representatives were gathered in the Tahir Hall at the Betaftul Mosque complex in southwest London. During the meeting, Huzur outlined various responsibilities assigned to the respective Amla members and gave guidance on improving the departments. One area where Huzur gave guidance was regarding a maternity hospital being built by Lajna Imaila UK in Sierra Leone.
A meeting was held with Sadr Saiba with 32 medical students, informing them of the Aisha Maternity Hospital in Sierra Leone so that they can get involved in the future.
Will they dedicate their time or work for some years for the hospital?
Ji Huzur, I held this meeting with the medical students specifically for that reason, to tell them about the project and to encourage them to go into gynae and obstetrics line so that they can go and dedicate their lives. Ji, and they were very much interested, Huzur.
Acha, ठीक है. But after having completed your hospital, Lajna also has to run that hospital and you have to provide the doctors.
Ji Huzur, inshallah, we'll do that. Inshallah, Huzur.
Regarding Tabligh, beloved Huzur, may Allah be his helper, said that Lajna should seek to convey the true teachings of Islam to the public and that the National Majlis Amla should be at the forefront of this effort.
What is your target?
The target is to have one bath per majlis, so 140 inshallah.
Inshallah. Why not one bath for each Amla member, the national Amla member?
Inshallah, Azur. Ji.
Huh? Not inshallah, give this target to Amla members. Huh?
Ji, I will.
So activate them also in this field.
I will do so, Hazur. Jazakallah, Ji.
Motivate them or give them some stimulant so that become active. And you will have to find out what is that stimulant.
Ji.
Acha?
Ji. Inshallah, Hazur, I will do so.
Beloved Huzur also said that he
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. I think that was a classic moment of when you ask, you got your trouble kind of thing, and you ask too many questions, and then you're almost stuck. And this is an example of, when you're in the presence of Huzur, it can go in any direction, anything you say or anything you don't say. Of course, at the end of the day, it's Allah's will. But for Huzur to give that target, to convert, every Amla member should convert is a huge thing. And I could think you could hear from the voice, like from the Lajna, she was like, okay, like, oh my God, what task has Huzur given us now? Huge task, but may Allah enable them to fulfill their responsibility. Zaid, how would you feel? It's good to have you. It's good you came in just now on the Tabligh side. Imagine Huzur said to our Amla, all of you guys, make sure you get one bed this year. How would you feel?
It was just the way, like, you can see the Lajna, who kind of like really kind of impacted. I was like, oh, just stop for a second, like, because how difficult it is to to convert someone, especially in the Western countries that we live in. And so basically, it's a massive task. And obviously, the first task is just reforming ourselves, and then obviously you got to do Tabligh, isn't it? So it is something massive. To convert even one person, you could do in a year. That is such a big thing. Yeah. So I know it's a massive task for someone to try to do, and you can't obviously just achieve it. You'll have to achieve it with prayers, and prayers is the key to obtaining, inshallah, you get someone to convert into Islam and Ahmadiyyat.
So, yeah. I think they even use the classic line of saying inshallah. Whenever someone asks us to do something, we say inshallah, inshallah. But then Huzur even caught on to that. He goes, no, not inshallah. You will do it. So that's a lesson for us as well. That saying inshallah, emptily shouldn't be done. We should give straight answers and make sure we get the job done. So Zaid, as we have you on, quickly, do you want to update us on what's happening with Tabligh? I know it's been a long time since I had a Tabligh catch up. But just tell us what's happening. I know there's an event happening, I think next week, next Sunday, I believe.
Do you mean the Tabligh class?
The Tabligh
Yeah.
class, but also the HF as well. The fundraiser.
Or the Humanity First one, you mean, or you mean
Yeah.
Tabligh? So
I know you everything, mashallah.
yeah. So as normally there is a weekly class which is taking place every Sunday. That's led by National Department, and it's a great source of knowledge for everyone to learn from. And there's a lot of different people who come to the Tabligh stall from the National Department, and it's very useful, as I've said again. But please do try to join. That is on Sundays 5 p.m. All the local Nazimeen, they should be communicating the joining details and so on with yourselves, with the Qiyadats. Going towards Humanity First. Humanity First, they've got a massive event, which is like a national event, which is taking place on the 24th of this month. So it's going to be Sunday. There's about 9 days left from now. So Sunday the 24th, and it's going to start at 5 p.m. So the event is organized as a virtual fundraising dinner. So it's designed to raise funds for different causes which Humanity First do. Humanity First, they're a disaster relief kind of charity, but they also do other contribute towards other schemes as well. And there is many. They've also got a food bank within UK, which is in Mayfield in Yorkshire. But they're also, what I know is confirmed as well, is that they're going to be opening more food banks within UK. So you never know, maybe Midlands, I'm not sure, there could be a food bank in a couple of years. And if that happens, that is such a big opportunity for us. So this is the reason, obviously to, as Hazul always tells us as well, to sacrifice our wealth, obviously our faith and our wealth as well for basically for humanity and so on. And Humanity First, that's exactly what it is. It's basically, if you do have money, alhamdulillah, you're blessed. Do remember where it came from, and please, also when on the event as well, try to get your families to watch this event and do contribute, because these the money that you give, it will, majority of it would go towards Humanity First and its causes. There are other charities across the world. So let's say some in the UK, they've got so many administration fees, but Humanity First is based up with volunteers where they are dedicating hours and hours of time free. And they're, doctors, researchers, engineers, and marketing professionals and so on. And they're all doing it for a voluntary basis, free, just so that, the majority of the money, it goes where it's needed. And that's exactly where it goes. And as it is a Jamaat charity, Humanity First, we can trust on it. And we know that there's not that much administration fee at all on there. And the money that you do donate, believe me, it does go somewhere and it changes people's lives. Water wells, giving fresh water to people, changing villages, schools, the list is just endless. So please do encourage your local circles as well to get involved in this event on the 24th on Sunday. It's about 9 days, I think, from now. It's going to be 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. live on YouTube. Do join it. And you can also buy tickets as well for the program, where you can virtually join the online kind of program with Humanity First. It's £100 ticket, and you also get pizzas delivered to your doorstep. So a pizza company would come to your doorstep with a few drinks as well, knock on your door, deliver the food to you. So it's like basically a virtual dinner where you are all together virtually, obviously, enjoying the dinner with Humanity First, as they used to normally do it in Better Fatur and so on. So that's what's happening with Humanity First.
So I'll tell you what the Khuddam is saying on the street on the ends on our side is that it's like paying for £100 pizza to be delivered to us. It better be a good pizza. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what? Some Khuddam said, you know what? They rather just donate and not even get the pizza, So if that's what you want to do, then you know, fair enough, go for that option. But the most important part is obviously to you know, get involved and do donate whatever so you can do comfortably. So yeah, that is the main point there.
You just want to tell us where the pizza is coming from, is it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know who they sent the agreement with, but yeah, hopefully they'll be good, man. Let me know if they're not. I'll chase them and manifest stuff for you guys.
Make sure we get that refund, though. No, Mosh, that's a great cause and great initiative. And you know, it's crazy how Azur is putting so much emphasis on, you know, Africa. And as we mentioned it now again about Sierra Leone, it's a great time as well. So if I can go, Jazakallah, Zahid, a great catch up. And we need you to come every week to give us these. We need our tabligh updates and see what's going on around. So please do try jump on every week if you can. Jazakallah. Sabur, can we go to you now? If you can go unmute yourself. Catching you out too much. Last week I caught you out as well. It seems like you're making tea for a whole hour these days.
Yeah, I'm back now. Just went to the league, just got your text. All good?
Oh, good, alhamdulillah. How are you? How's the family?
Alhamdulillah, everyone's fine.
Alhamdulillah. Sabur, we're talking about Africa. As we said, today was a big milestone for the Jamaat. So let us know about this Wahab Adam studio. Let us know about the people that work there, and you know, how does it run? And you yourself, you've had your own experience for many years working in MTA. So how big of an achievement is this really for Ghana?
It's a milestone really to think when you think of it in a big huge spectrum, because Ghana is one of the first countries for Ahmadiyya to had reached in the whole of Africa, and for Ghana to take the lead as it is right now, the first MTA studio was built there in Africa. It was built in Ghana, and for Ghana to have their own TV station just on MTA alone for the country is a big move. And I was speaking to Kunadi Saab, who is basically looking after production side of the MTA studios in Ghana. He's basically, he said these are all prophecies that are coming true. Huzur has said this, that Ghana will be, or Africa will be leading the world. And when you look at it in a way, right now, if you go to Africa, you've got studios dotting everywhere, and these are MTA studios. You got MTA studios, and as Zaid Saab said, they're building hospitals as well in Africa. HF are building hospitals and doing so many good things in Africa. This is showing you that what we have as Khilafat is something that we should hold firm to, because we don't want to basically, be left out. And in terms of this studio in Africa is like huge, because a lot of people living in the villages and towns don't have access to satellite dishes. So this is going to be on just, on digital TV, which they can all afford and watch, in their houses. So my experience basically with MTA has been I started very young at the age of 16. And that's when everyone was still in Beta 2. We'd go in there, do our works, my show that I was handling was Interconference every Saturday. So I would go in there, set up the studio, and then the presenter will come in and we basically just shoot that for an hour. So that was our little thing until I moved over here to Birmingham. But I still take part within MTA in like some of their Jalsas when Jalsa happens. But obviously with last year and this year, I don't think Jalsa is going to take place. But virtually, I speak to people in MTA studios in Africa, and they're quite happy that they are going forward with new initiatives blessed by Huzur, and they're quite happy about that. And most of them are dedicating their life just to do the work. They will come from far and wide of Ghana just to come to help out in the studio, which is in Accra. It is far away from some of them have to even like ride bikes and take. I don't know if you've been to Africa. There's a transportation called trotro. So they jump, they get into the trots just to get to, you know, the studios. And I mean, some of them don't even have like work and they don't earn anything, but they see this as a gift for them. And obviously we write letters to them and pray for them and all of that, which is very, you know, beneficial for them. Yeah, it's a blessing. I was watching it today, so it's like almost emotional, really, because Africa is, Huzur has been saying it, and we all know that, you know, it's going to be leading the world. You can see that the stepping stones are being laid now. So, inshallah, let's be part of it and just pray
And
for them.
lastly, the name Wahab Adam. Where's
Wahab.
that come from? And tell us about this amazing individual.
Wahab Adam was the former Emir of Ghana, Emir missionary in charge. If you haven't been in touch, if you've never seen him or come across him, he was such a lovely guy. I think Huzur done a whole sermon about him after his passing in 2015. So this shows you what a man he was and what, you know, pillar he was in the Jamaat, not just in Ghana, but in the world at large. Because a lot of people, most missionaries, if you meet them, they tell you about Wahab Adam and how good he was to them. And, you know, the Jamaat really is such a, as you can see, Maurice Saab is sharing some of the pictures of Wahab Adam. I mean, I have my personal, when I met him first, I mean, he was such a, I went back in 2012 to Ghana, and he basically just, you know, approached me. And if you ever been to Ghana before, he'd sit you down in his office and offer you fresh coconut from the tree. So you'd be sitting there chatting to him and you're sipping on your coconut juice from the actual coconut. And it's like, it's amazing, man. He'd be telling you stories about how, you know, he was in Rabua and all of that, man. He's such an amazing man. So the studio in Africa in Ghana was named after him, after, you know, his passing, basically. And Huzur approved it. And mashallah, he's been going on good. He's such a, I mean, if you haven't been in contact, I know Maurice Saab has, because he used to come to Islamabad back then. He's such a lovely man. I can't stress that enough.
A great individual, and honestly, he's one of those people that, you know, when he passed away, you realize how great of a person he was. And as you said, Huzur did a whole Friday sermon on him, so it also highlighted, you know, how much of a personality he was. You can also say he was the Nelson Mandela of the Jamaat for that, isn't he? Mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah, Sabur. Thank you for that insight. It's always nice hearing stories from Africa and your own. Jazakallah. Keep coming on and make your tea before Khuddam Day so we can get more.
Sure, I'll start making little summaries about Africa for you for every Friday now. So that
that'll be
sort of insightful.
Inshallah. And I can also inshallah comment on those as well, because I know, to be fair, in the tea, guys in Africa, they love their green tea, but they don't have their green tea like we have it here. They put it on, they go outside, they go and make it on the fire, and it takes a good, you know, half an hour to brew it, and then they have to like pour it into different cups. I don't know, is it like that in Ghana as well, Sabur?
Yeah, it's called Thai. You know, like it's quite really that there's a lot of sugar in there, so they do it on a wooden stove or something. Yeah, they do it on a wood fire, and then they'll sit around. They just chat. It could be from politics, religion, to anything. You know, it's amazing. Like, yeah, that's how we have it.
It's a really nice environment. It's obviously very similar in other cultures, or Pakistani culture as well. You know how people sit down and have tea. In Turkey as well, you know, they have their own green tea as well. But in Africa, it's a different environment, and it's nice. It's part of the culture.
Yeah.
But inshallah, yeah, it's a really good idea. We'll get Africa Corner insight, inshallah.
Inshallah.
From next. Jazakallah. Jazakallah, guys. We'll finish off now. Zaryab, let's go to you now. Finish off with a small Kahoot. Guys, everyone, please take part, because you also learn a lot of things in the Kahoot side of things. It's a bit of fun, but at the same time, the knowledge is there to be won as well.
Okay.
Quickly, Mubarak, quickly, I just want to say Islam. Mubarak, are you okay?
Assalamu alaikum.
ठीक है, क्या हाल है आपको?
Alhamdulillah, ठीक ठाक.
I can't let the Khuddam night go without hearing your voice.
Jazakallah, sir.
Everything going well, Jamaat wise, Jamaat work and everything.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
So Mubarak is our regional Khidmat Khalq. And well, Zaryab, while you get it loaded, Mubarak, can you just tell us how we can get involved in helping out our community in a bit, on an individual level and collectively as well?
Today we are working on in this week we have worked a lot on food bank drive. Last month we have done for goodie packs and all these gifts to the headquarters and all these institutions. That is a part of outreach as well. We have done that. Now in January we are driving. We are doing this food donation drive, and hopefully by tomorrow we'll have some results, and we are going to distribute these all to the food banks tomorrow. And people from Wolverhampton and Walsall who are doing by individually, they are doing a lot of work. I personally know that they are doing on a weekly basis or weekly basis. So they are doing individually, but the problem is for the reporting thing, that whoever is doing anything regarding Khidmat-e-Khalq, kindly let me know so I can put in like in report, because we are submitting report every week now, not on a monthly basis but weekly basis every Thursday, and that is directly going to Huzur, because Huzur have a keen interest to observe and keep an eye on the Khidmat-e-Khalq, because nowadays these 2020 and 2021 is a crucial year for us as far as Khidmat-e-Khalq is concerned. So every week Huzur is having a report from whole UK regarding Khidmat-e-Khalq. So anyone who is doing any work, a single like he's helping single person, kindly let me know so I can add this into my report of weekly report. Yeah.
It's so important, everyone. We're living in a time now, people are looking to see who's helping out, a time where everyone's staying at home. So the more we reach out, that's why it's called is outreach. We have to reach out to people and go the extra mile, and then ultimately they'll appreciate that and really they turn their attention more towards the Jamaat. So it's all a collective effort. Everything that we are doing in the Jamaat, everyone should play their bit. So everyone on individual levels will try and help out people. If people are struggling with shopping, help them with that, and ask your neighbors as well if everything's okay on their side. It's all part and parcel of our duty as Ahmadis and young Khuddam as well. These are your how many questions have we got today then?
17.
3 short of 20.
Yeah, the three that I think the three missing are the ones that I normally do about the Friday sermon, but I haven't had a chance to listen to it properly myself. I was in meetings all day, so just 17.
Well, you got to listen to it with your your claims insurance friend, didn't you?
Yeah, I listened to the first 10-15 minutes, and then I didn't get I need to finish it off after this, but I think that's it today, isn't it? 13.
Yeah, 13. Yep. Ika, let's go for it.
Okay, well, today it's geographical, geography based, and then you got some questions about the promised Messiah salam at the end. So the first half is just worldly knowledge.
Let's go, inshallah.
What is the pin number, please?
4208370. Where is the strongest muscle in the body?
Oh, was it 420? Sorry.
8370.
It's at the bottom right of the screen.
Yeah, the strongest muscle in the body is actually the jaw muscle, and it's called masseter. Masseter is called, and it's the strongest one.
I thought the tongue isn't the tongue one of the strongest.
No, I don't think so. Oh.
Search it up.
The one without the bone. Okay, what is the meaning of irreverent? Something for your vocab here. What is the meaning of irreverent?
Word of the day. Do you want to use it in a sentence after this?
Yeah.
Or was it irrelevant?
So irreverent actually means disrespectful. So showing a lack of respect for people or things that are generally taken seriously. So when the opposers of MD, talk about all these mass killings, they're quite irreverent with their thoughts and their opinions.
Sounds like my 2-year-old trying to say irrelevant. Into Ghana, mashallah.
Okay, what place was known as Caledonia by the Romans?
Ooh. Caledonia. Roman Empire.
Yeah, Scotland. So they called the north of the UK Caledonia back then, which is all of Scotland now. So history for you.
Zaria, today I know you like Autogral. Today Hazur mentioned a really amazing incident about Hazrat Mavia and Hazrat Ali. So he was saying that I think he mentioned it was the Roman. They realized that they were having a fight between them, and they wanted to expose it. You know how in Autogral they try to always expose people, try to jump in and mess
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
So they were trying to do the same thing. Then Hazrat Mavia said that you stay there and don't get involved in us. Don't get involved in our own matters. Because if you do, then I will be the first person to stand up and fight against you.
Oh, yeah. No, oh my days.
Like
I
a
think I heard
crazy. If you try to mess with Muslims, then we'll come together even stronger, and we'll defeat you. So
that's not happening in Ertugrul at the moment. They're going against each other.
Yeah. It was nice to see that.
I'm going to listen to it after this. Same question again. What city was called Durali Ponte by the Romans?
Durali Ponte.
Cambridge, a lot of people knew that, yeah. So
we've done it before.
Back then, you would have gone to the University of Durali Ponte. It wouldn't have sounded so good.
Imagine.
I'm not taking part in Kahoot as I'm working as well as listening all programs, so I'm just answering in my head.
Did you get it right?
I have answered. Cambridge one is right.
Right. You're gonna come first. You're gonna come first then.
Actually, I didn't know this. This is the name. Just guess.
Mashallah, mashallah.
I am on mute now. Yeah. Jazakallah.
Is it union or league?
Pardon?
Rugby league or rugby union?
I didn't even know there were two different team sizes. I just thought there was one. But the bigger one, if you know what I mean.
Bigger number.
Yeah, 30. So, Anas, what's that? So, is there difference then?
Yeah, there is.
There's one with 7. I think that's the league one, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, no one selected that, so it's okay.
Rugby league has 13 players.
Okay.
So union has 7 then.
Which is the only vitamin not present in an egg?
A, B, C, D.
Yeah, vitamin C is the only one that's not present. So eggs are healthy, man. Get your eggs in.
Buy some orange for vitamin C.
Don't forget an orange egg. Mashallah, Temu is coming first today.
Okay, how many capitals? So South Africa has more than one capital city for some reason. But the government likes having 3 headquarters. So how many does it have?
Riyadh, you have to say that, isn't it?
Which one?
You have to say that has more than one.
3.
Yeah, we leaked it, man. You gave the answer. You said the government love having 3 headquarters. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. No, I said a few. I said it has a few.
You said
I thought he said 3 as well.
You said it
has... what are you taking me for, man?
You said it has more than one, and I literally, as soon as you said that, I selected one.
Oh, thanks for taking the advice. Question 8. Which area of water split for Hazrat Musa alayhi salam? This was hopefully everyone got this.
Did it split though? Did it split?
That's a debate for another time.
It didn't entirely split, you know, where it was. Yeah, Robbie, so I'm gonna explain that.
Have you seen? There's a joke about it. I don't know if it was on social media. There was like a fish that needed to go to work, and then Hazrat Musa, obviously, they showed the picture of the sea splitting, and then the boss asked him, "Why were you late to work?" And then he was like, "You're not going to believe this." And then they showed a picture of the splitting of the sea. But with the splitting of the sea, how Khalifa Sani has mentioned it is about high tide and low tide. So I don't know if you guys ever been on the beach with me, because I'm from Mauritius. We understand it because we're living on an island. But there's many places where when it's a low tide, it's like a whole other part of the land is revealed. So when Hazrat Musa his companions were crossing, it was a low tide. But just after crossing it, the water started rising. So while rising, you know, the water was becoming so high, and it happens quite quickly. And that's what they say about the splitting of the sea. It's like it was a low tide, so the path was made, and then the water came up. But it wasn't like a massive sea was in front of him and it just split. So yeah, that's how Khalifa Sani. That'd be pleased to find it.
True or false? Vatican City is a country as well.
Vatican City. Has anyone been to Vatican City?
Yeah, it's a country, innit?
Yeah, it's his own state. But even though it's surrounded by Rome, it's his own state.
MashaAllah.
I think it has a population of 500 people, making it the smallest country with population and landmass.
Wow, that's amazing.
You have to apply to become one of them, and it's a lot of money.
Wow.
How many elements are there on the periodic table?
Don't know. That's a tough one. Going back many years to science days. Oh,
118 elements. So that's what we found so far of all these different metals.
MashaAllah. Where's Anas gone? Anas, you're doing well. Is that rugby question?
I got to like 11th.
Okay, fill in the blank. What is the most dangerous affliction? It brings about spiritual death for the person whom it is instilled. I know for certain that this affliction is worse than murder, said by the promised Messiah alayhi salam. So what is the most dangerous affliction? It is indeed arrogance. So arrogance brings you spiritual death. Oh, crazy.
MashaAllah. Muslim doing well.
Question 12. What is the translation of one when Shari Hastin Nizar Hasad? I'm not reading all those out.
Hasad.
Okay, yeah, and from the evil of the envier when he envies. What did he say about Asad, Mubsab?
No, I was just I was remembering a scene from Portugal.
Okay.
they tried to make the kid become a Christian and do dua.
Oh yeah, yeah, and he starts reading all these surahs after pretending to do.
Reading Surah Falak to ask Allah to help him from the evils of the Christians trying to convert him.
What movie is that?
Autograph. Watch it. It's really good. Learn a lot.
Bro, it's long, man. Like one season's got about 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Worth it. I'm on 250. So
and it's subtitles as well. Like that's long.
It helps you to read something we don't
What is the name of the part read in standing after Sami Allahu liman hamidah? So what is the actual name of that part?
What on earth is Tafaz's?
Tamid. And just to let you know, Tafazar is just a word I made up. I don't know if it's a real word or not, but yeah, it's called Tamid.
Tamid, to praise.
Does it mean to praise?
Yeah.
Okay.
We say Rabbana wa lakal hamd. So hamd comes from tahmid.
Okay. How many siblings did the Promised Messiah alayhi salam have?
Ooh, technical question.
Does that include the twin sister?
No, she passed away unfortunately at death. So
Does it make out?
yeah, he had 2 siblings.
Who are the 2 siblings?
That's for next week then. Okay, and just following on for that, in what position by age was the Promised Messiah alayhi salam amongst his siblings? He was indeed the middle child. And that's just popped out saying, yo.
Well, we got out of the top 5 in a second.
2 more questions. Come on.
Which of the following jobs did the Promised Messiah alayhi salam have? He worked this job for 4 years. Yeah, he was a government clerk in the court. So he did all the office work in the court.
Oh, unless you went the wrong way.
Last question today. Fill in the blanks again. Is the attributions that have been mentioned in Surah Fatiha are the attributions of God, and a man should also.
I don't think you think about writing partake. There you
go. Yeah. So partake in them. So you should be the most gracious. You should be the most merciful. Obviously, you can't be Lord of all the worlds, but. Okay.
Oh my God, he made it.
He made it. He made it.
Wow, Muslim did well. But today, guys, I have to say, Leamington got one over us. Temur, how do you feel, man, coming first? Must feel great. That'll be a week.
Murabsab, don't worry, we're going to take over, Murabsab, don't worry. We're coming. We're going to get them all on there. We're going to take over.
Jazakallah. Please do. Muslim as well. I have to shout out Muslim, 16 years old, Birmingham West. So Muslim, how do you feel about coming second? You beat all of the, I think, three Ghana participants today.
Yeah, it was good.
Beginner's luck.
No, mashallah, very good. Jazakallah, guys, brilliant. Just past 7 o'clock as well, so give you a bit of time to do whatever you have to do. Make sure you guys keep on your namaz. We made some New Year's resolutions. Try to stick to them, and try to get better at everything that you're doing, especially with prayers. Beloved Rul did say recently, and this is why I was really gutted, because this week with the Zuhr that's about to come out is probably going to feature the field murabbis that had a Muzakkat with Zuhr. And I got an email the other day that you can't go because you're not from London and because of the COVID. So I was so gutted that I wasn't able to be in that sitting. But one of the main things, and probably the only thing that Zuhr focused on, was the youth and the young people, and telling us to continuously to motivate you guys to come to the mosque and continuously tell you guys to pray and stay stuck to the Jamaat. So because you guys are all here, I'm conveying the message to you as well. So take this opportunity just to try and listen to the words of beloved Zuhr and do the best that you can in your prayers, because that's what the focus is on right now, and it always will be as well. So guys, jazakallah for joining, appreciate it. Very nice to talk to all of you again, seeing your names on the screens, seeing 3 of your faces. Jazakallah again. See you all next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Allah Hafiz. Assalamualaikum.